The alternate universe. The bizarro world. The Twilight Zone. When it comes to football, they are all quite real, if only in the mind of Dave Damashek. This is not the NFL. This is the NFL.
Oh yes, it's time for another edition of the NFL. Today, let's see how a different result in Super Bowl 20 would have directly affected the coaching careers of Rex and Rob Ryan. We now know the 85 Bears capped their legendary 15-1 season by humiliating the plucky but overmatched Patriots in the Super Bowl. But what if things had gone differently in the AFC title game 2 weeks prior? Dan Marino and the Dolphins were on the road to redemption after losing to Montana's Niners the year before in Super Bowl 19. Only problem was the Finns pulled off that road for a mental rest stop and forgot to show up against their wild card foe. So Tony Eason and Steve Grogan jumped in the passing lane and drove New England to the promised land. But let's say Marino and company don't take the Pats lightly and head over to NOLA to take on the Bears in the big game. What then? Well, it would have been a repeat of what happened when the two teams hooked up on Monday Night Football in Week 13. Marino and the Marks brothers torched the 46 defense, and that was on the grass field of the Orange Bowl. If you think Chicago would have fared any better on the fast track in the Superdome, well, then you are wrong. You see, the Bears' 46 defense had a gaggle of Hall of Fame brutes blitzing on first, second, and if they hadn't taken the ball away by then, on third downs too. It was super. But it did have its aqua kryptonite, a quarterback who could stand up to the pressure and deliver the ball to his receivers. And his name was Dan Marino. Plug your ears, Bear fans. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. That Bears team is overrated. Who'd they beat in the NFC title game to get to the Super Bowl? Dieter Brock and the Rams. I'm better than Dieter Brock. Now, Marino, he was a quarterback, and with a ring the size of Fridge Perry's caboose on his finger, he would have jumped onto the medal stand among the all-time QBs. The Bears wouldn't be celebrated on Saturday Night Live. It would have been Dolphins. To the victor goes the spoils, don't you know? Hey, people like winners, and if the Bears had never won anything, all of those spoils would have been spoiled. No Hall of Fame jackets for Dan Hampton or Richard Dent. No Buddy Ryan announcing to the Eagles in '86 they've got a winner in town. He wasn't a winner. Navy and orange Zubaz pants never would have become a fashion trend. The Super Bowl shuffle would have been nothing more than a cautionary tale about jinxes. Best of all, at least for 49ers fans, Mike Singletary never becomes their head coach in Odd 8. Remember, San Fran dumped Mike Nolan midseason and replaced him with Singletary in order to infuse a winning attitude. But since Singletary wouldn't have been a winner, that change makes no sense. So instead, they wait out the rest of the season, then hire Rex Ryan, the hottest offensive coordinator in the game. Yes, I said offensive coordinator. Rex and his brother were so ashamed of their father Buddy's inability to win a Super Bowl, they turned their backs on defense and became offensive gurus. Out of nepotism, Rex brings in Rob as his OC and his old man to handle the defense. And the Ryan family seems poised to turn things around in Candlestick until Buddy punches Rob in the middle of a game. Oh, well, that's how it goes in the NFL. Now let's go get a snack. Ooh, maybe some nice chowder in a sourdough bowl.
This is the NFL.